Embassy Flavor's been in business since 1979. We developed finished dessert concepts, and then we manufactured the cake mixes and different ingredients that go in the baked products and also the flavors. We have competition all over the world. We have quite a few competitors in Ontario, elsewhere in Canada, and also all over North America and other countries that come into Canada.
Some of the difficulty with MRP systems is that they're heavily based on forecasts, and to the extent that those forecasts are right is the extent to which your inventory is right. Forecasts being what they are, they're never right, and we ran into a situation where our inventory increased pretty dramatically, which gobbled up a fair amount of our cash flow at really the worst possible time, which was when the recession hit. TOC stands for Theory of Constraints, and as the name suggests, the principle is based on identifying the constraint in your factory which is holding up your production. In our company is probably 3 to 6 hours worth of production before the bottleneck, which means if I have a problem in an upstream department, as long as that problem doesn't exceed more than 3 to 6 hours, my bottleneck won't shut down.
As we're implementing the whole theory of constraints, is the same time that all the turmoil in the markets hit, every company was being challenged, margins were going down, so the timing couldn't have been worse in terms of embarking on an expenditure, but couldn't have been better in terms of doing something that long-term will reduce costs.
Prior to the system, our lead times were around 5 days. As a result of the system and after the system implementation, our order lead times are about 2 days.
It was a very big competitive advantage in terms of going with a solution to our customers about getting the orders out much faster, which keeps lower inventories at their place. Lower inventories are a very big factor right now in the industry because of cash flows and the changing economy. Everybody wants to keep inventories much lower. Right now, as we stand today, we basically recoup 500% of the investment cost of the system in reduced inventories and added efficiencies.
We have reduced our inventory for the level of sales that we have by $300,000 to $500,000. For a company of this size, that's an enormous amount of money that we would much rather invest in equipment, in people, in processes. We spend more time looking forward and less time looking backward. Instead of worrying about which orders aren't getting shipped today, which customers will be upset, we're now looking at which customers we can actively go after and which business we can go after. It's changed the mindset completely.
Our business has increased over the last 12 months, so we are already seeing some of the results of getting additional business through the factory.
As a result of that, we are in the process of adding a second shift as we speak. There's not a lot of programs which target training specifically, and yet there's nothing more important than training. And as a result of that, we feel very strongly that the mandate of the Eve Laundry Foundation is a good one. We have a very expensive piece of software that we put in to help us manage TOC, but really without the training of the people and the money to spend on that training, the system would not succeed. I would love to see the program getting refunded so that other manufacturers and other projects that we might also have could get funded in terms of new R&D projects, new initiatives. Companies have to be a lot more foresighted in terms of trying to always improve themselves and always try to gain more efficiency to be competitive globally.